Do you know this feeling when you have a problem or you have an issue that you need solved, and then one of your friends or colleagues just come to you and tell you, do this, do this, do that? Sometimes it's nice, but most of the time it's I wouldn't say annoying, but it's just a little, it's not cool because you wanted to be part of the solution yourself. And this goes for you as a person, but it of course also goes for your team, for your colleagues at work, for everybody around you. Today, I will talk about how to give great sparring, how to be a great coach and help your colleagues, your team members, solving problems and issues. I'm Frederick. I've been doing this successfully for 25 years all over the world. This channel is for you and for everybody who wants to grow stronger in their professional life. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and stick with me and I'll tell you how you can become an even better sparring partner or coach. First of all, when people they come to you, or you understand that some of your colleagues or friends or team members, they have an issue and you feel that you can help them, instead of just running with a solution saying, do this, do this, do this, I've done it and I know what to do, you want to involve them, you want to motivate them, because if you make them a part of the solution, they will take ownership for this and they will run with the ball and create the solution and make this project work much better than if you just told them do this and do that. Then they will take ownership if they feel they are part of building the solution. The first step I would suggest you to do is sit down with the person or people and help them define the problem. Of course, they have already a good idea of we have to solve this because we have an issue. Sit with them and together write down what is the specific problem, what is the issue that we are trying to solve. This is step number one. Be as specific as you can. Write it down as clear as you can. I even think that sometimes when you start defining the issue, you will also start understanding how to solve the problem, but let's leave that for now. Once you've defined the problem, the issue that it is that you want to solve, then write down and discuss what is the desired outcome. What is it we want to achieve once this problem or this issue has been resolved? Where are we after this? What have we done? What is better than it was before? And what is the target? Write it down, make it specific and measurable. Don't just make it fluffy like we want to improve the relationships with our customers. Well, this is one thing, but how do we actually measure this? This could be in terms of customer satisfaction, in terms of customer retention and these things. But make sure that when you note down the desired outcome, the target, make it measurable. Otherwise, how will you know when the problem has been solved if you cannot measure it? When you know what it is that you want to achieve and what is measurable after you solve the issue, you need to understand to what extent can we actually influence the solution. Because maybe what you're looking into is something where you can only influence a little part of the overall solution. And you need to understand this. If you're looking to increase customer satisfaction because you want to keep more customers loyal with you, when you're looking at this issue, you have to understand to what extent can we actually influence the customer satisfaction. Where is it we can do something and where is it that is out of our control, out of our scope? If you're working with 5 different units, for example, then maybe you can control 2 of the units, but you cannot control the customer satisfaction in the 3 other units. You need to understand this when you define the solution that you're working with. And here, do not use this as an excuse for not doing a proper job or for not finding a good solution. You use this as a means of understanding where is it that we should focus our efforts. So if you cannot do anything in unit number 3, 4, and 5, do not focus any efforts there. Just say that my solution is focused on unit number 1 and 2 because these are in our control. Whatever happens outside is not within our control, is not part of this solution. So understanding what you're part of and what you can influence directly is not to be used as excuses for not doing a proper job. It's to be used as fencing in what it is that you are focusing on solving. Now you have defined the problem. You have defined exactly how you're going to measure the solution, and you have defined where is it that we can influence the solution that we are seeking. So now you have to look into the scope of the solution. How many different outcomes or how many different ways can we actually solve this? And this can be a brainstorm. This can be a good idea. Write down as many ways of solving this problem, this issue that you've identified, reaching the targets that you have set, understanding that this is within these limits that we have to work. How many different ways can we achieve the solution? You've defined this, written down how many different ways can we achieve this solution. Then, of course, pros and cons for each of the ways. Is one of the ways more expensive in money, in time, manpower than others? Will it take Are some of the solutions just dreams that are impossible given the boundaries that we live under? Or how can we measure these different solutions so we can select the right one to pursue? And this will end up in a suggestion of maybe 1 or 2 different solutions, saying if we do this, then we have all these good things and we have these risks, and if we do that, we have these good things and we have these risks. But now you are capable of making the path to the solution and making the decisions on what path to choose, knowing all the factors around it. You know, if I take this solution, then you know we have to mitigate these risks and we have to look into these things because that might be problems. But if we take that solution, then we have these risks that we have to mitigate and we have these issues that we have to deal with. During that long discussion you've had with your team, people have become involved in finding the right solution. Your team has become involved in taking ownership, because I would guess 80% of all the things that you've come up with during these discussions has been coming from your team or your colleagues. So it's their solution, it's not yours. You've been facilitating them to give the right solution. So once you decide on which path to choose, your team, your colleagues will be motivated to do this, to run for it, because they will feel it's their idea. And that's how it should be. This is how you work as a great partner for sparring, as a great coach. Make people a part of the solution. Make them take ownership by asking questions until they themselves find the right solution. I hope you enjoyed this one. Give it a big like if you did. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. Make sure the little gray bell is turned on so that you get notifications every time I post a new one. And until then, go out there, find some problems and help people solve them. Take care, and I'll see you soon again.